Hello and happy Monday to you all. I'm Brian Altano, and on today's Daily Fix, experts say those leaked Switch 2 pictures from last week could be real, a brand new PlayStation State of Play was just announced, and the legendary Skyrim Grandma is officially retiring. It's the Daily Fix. Last week's Nintendo Switch 2 leak that included photos of what looks like actual hardware is almost certainly real, the tech experts at Digital Foundry have said. The set of photos said to have emerged from a Chinese website before making their way to Reddit include prototype components and provide our first hard evidence of what form the machine may actually take, Digital Foundry said in a post on Eurogamer and in a video on YouTube. DF said that because of prior leaks based on tracking shipping manifests coming out of Taiwan, it can be determined that the leak last week is genuine, or at least as accurate as an old prototype dating from 2023 can be. The photos, which also include shots of computer-aided design, aka CAD modeling, reveal an 8-inch LCD, a larger form factor, and new Joy-Cons of connecting via magnetic rails. The leak also reveals twin USB-C ports, top and bottom. The suggestion here is that the top port is for peripherals like external cameras or charging while in tabletop play, a micro SD card slot, and cartridge support with strong hints that original Switch media is also supported, according to Digital Foundry. DF also discussed the specifications of the Switch 2, that's 12 gigabytes of RAM in total, with a maximum of 102 gigabytes of bandwidth. The original Switch only has 4 gigabytes. Speaking to IGN, Digital Foundry chief Richard Ledbetter explained why the photos are legit. He said it's right to have a degree of skepticism about this leak because there's nothing to stop someone 3D printing up a fake casing. He said, however, faking a convincing motherboard would require a degree of technical knowledge that I'd put beyond even the most elaborate hoax. It would be easier simply not to fake a board at all and to make the printed components look a lot more genuine. Then there's the fact that everything shown on that board is a match for the latest and most accurate leaks based on Taiwan shipping manifests accumulated by the ardent sleuths on the Famiboards forum. Nintendo is yet to comment on the images, and it's important to note that they remain unverified at this time, but VGC was told by one source that they match what the company has told partners to expect from its design. Nintendo has said on the record that it will announce its next generation console before April 2025 and indicated the console won't launch until after its current financial year. Still, Switch 2 excitement is at fever pitch, and we even have developers saying they plan to release their upcoming games on the console. When Switch 2 does eventually come out, Nintendo expects to have plenty of stock available, which in turn will hopefully combat scalping, which is great because scalpers suck and I hate them. What do you think? Are these Switch 2 pictures real? Will you be buying a Switch 2 on day one? I know I'm doing it. Let me know in the comments below. I'm just so excited for new Nintendo hardware next year. Hopefully a new 3D Mario game to go with it. Let's do that. Wahoo. Up next, if you're itching to find out more about what PlayStation has in store for your current PlayStation 5 and or future PlayStation 5 Pro, if you're rich, I've got great news for you. Sony has announced its latest PlayStation State of Play, which is scheduled to take place on Tuesday, September 24th at 3 p.m. Pacific. In its official announcement, Sony has said that the presentation would focus on updates on over 20 games. It's set to take place just a few days before TGS, aka Tokyo Game Show, which will include the first public presentation of the PlayStation 5 Pro. The stream will last more than 30 minutes, Sony says. Per usual, the State of Play will be available on all of PlayStation's social channels, including Twitch and YouTube. We'll also be streaming it on IGN's own channels, so right here on YouTube or on IGN.com. While it's most likely to focus on announced games and the PS5 Pro, don't be shocked if Sony sneaks in a little surprise or two. 2 years ago, for instance, PlayStation announced Tekken 8 as part of its September State of Play. Now, I've personally got my fingers crossed for Resident Evil 9 to be revealed. After all, Resident Evil 4 Remake was initially announced at a Sony State of Play, so hey, it could happen. Either way, IGN's weekly PlayStation show, Podcast Beyond, will have a live post-show covering all the biggest news and reveals from the State of Play, so be sure to tune in to us just as that show ends, and we can celebrate together if there's good news, or, you know, kind of scratch our heads together if they announce remasters of games like Horizon and Days Gone and other games that aren't really that old. And then there's once again no news about Bloodborne or anything Bloodborne related, and it's very frustrating to be a Bloodborne fan. I might cry, actually. You know, we got the game in 2015, still runs like sub 30 FPS, like barely 1080p. Can we get that? Can we just get a 4K remaster of that game, or like a Blue Point remake? Just Bloodborne. Really, anything Bloodborne. And finally, beloved YouTuber Shirley Curry, aka the Skyrim Grandma, has announced her retirement from making gameplay videos after doing so for 9 years. Way to go, Grandma. A YouTube video announcing her retirement, aged 88, has an appropriate 8,800 upvotes on Reddit, where fans of her content thanked her for making videos for so many years and crossed their fingers for a return when The Elder Scrolls 6 finally comes out. Curry said she won't be making gameplay videos anymore simply because she no longer enjoys it, but isn't quitting YouTube altogether. She'll continue posting vlogs once in a while and may occasionally do reading videos of the books in Skyrim or even her own stories. "I'm just doing it for fun, and it isn't fun anymore," Curry said. "I'm tired of it, I'm bored with it, I'm bored to death with it, so I'm making the decision now, totally finally, I am not going to be making any more game videos and uploading them." Just the way a surly grandmother or grandfather talks, there's really nothing like it in the world. With her new free time, Curry is going to be making quilts, maybe read some more, maybe even write a book, and she'll make vlogs about all of that. Whether or not she returns to making gameplay videos when The Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, when she's, 120. Curry's legacy with the franchise is already immortalized. Having amassed more than 1 million subscribers, she has long since gained recognition from other members of the Skyrim community and even developer Bethesda itself. Here's hoping The Elder Scrolls 6 releases sometime this decade. Either way, since, come on, none of us are getting any younger. And that's your Games Fix for Monday, September 23rd. If you're excited for that new Zelda game launching this week, I have good news for you. I'll be hosting a 3-episode takeover of IGN's weekly Nintendo show, Nintendo Voice Chat, and I'm dedicating the whole thing to The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Three episodes, 3 sides of the Triforce. Power, courage, wisdom. We'll work that out. This week, we're going to discuss the IGN review, which I'm very excited for. We're calling our show Echoes of NVC. If you liked last year's Talk of the Kingdom based on Tears of the Kingdom, same deal. You know what's going on. If you're a Zelda fan, tune in. We'd love to see you there. Until then, thanks for watching The Daily Fix, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.